If I'm being completely honest, I am not too thrilled about this week's chapter of Black Clover. This isn't to say that there aren't things that I enjoyed about it, however I feel that this particular chapter wasn't very well optimized. Before I get into things this week, I just want to say that this video is my opinion, and if you enjoyed the chapter, my opinion doesn't invalidate yours. I'm happy you enjoyed it, but I'm not going to pretend that I enjoyed everything about it. If you only want to hear positive things about Black Clover, feel free to not watch this video. Advisory warning aside, hello everyone, I'm Ozzy, and this is my Black Clover 239 chapter analysis. So first off, let's just do a quick run through of what happened this chapter, since it was fairly short. The Golden Dawn was semi-revived by Captain Vengeance's magic, Vanica is attacking the Heart Kingdom, and Dante is looking for Yami. See? I was trying to take my time, but I still ended up summarizing everything pretty fast. Before I get into some of the things that I wish were done better this chapter, let's talk about some of the things that I enjoyed. I appreciate that Tabata didn't just kill off all of Golden Dawn, but also made it so that there were real consequences to this event. As I said last chapter, this is an amazing plot thread for Yuno, so I'm glad that Tabata isn't leaving it up to somebody else. What's also great is that this signifies a new motivation outside of Asta for Yuno to grow stronger. Technically speaking, Yuno also recently developed the motivation of being a vice captain and protecting his squad mates, and there are likely a few more that aren't coming to mind. However, it's always nice to see more development for our boy genius. Possibly my favorite part of this chapter was Vanica. However, I will get to why later. As the chapter concludes, we are made aware of what both Dante and Vanica are up to as Zenon finishes up his mission. Vanica is after Lolopechica, and they apparently have a history as well, while Dante is looking for Yami. I never would have guessed that Dante would be going after someone like Yami so preemptively, but as a result, it looks like we have some pretty awesome high-stakes fights to look forward to in the near future. Alright, so let's get into what I didn't like about this chapter. As I said before, if you don't want to hear me being negative, I left it until the end so that you could at least hear my positive opinions. However, feel free to leave now. So the first thing that I want to talk about is Dante. Admittedly, this part of things is 100% me being hypercritical. However, when in contrast to Vanica, I felt the need to say something. I just really couldn't care less about anything he had to say outside of the fact that he's targeting Yami. His monologue is just so generic and nonsensical, and I have no idea who he's even supposed to be talking to. Humans are evil, and as such this world is too dull for us. So, evil is boring? Am I supposed to understand that he is in some way self-righteous? Is this his demon speaking? And if so, why is he here and presumably trying to rule this world that he finds to be so dull? Now, I know you guys are probably thinking, whoa, Ozzy, you're being way too nitpicky. And I would agree, but in the very same chapter we have Vanica's segment, which is the polar opposite to Dante's. So let's break down everything that goes on there to highlight the contrast in writing. First panel. Vanica mentions that she doesn't have any boring errands. This panel lets us know that we can go with the implication that William was kidnapped, but also Vanica isn't looking to take anyone from the Heart Kingdom. She's only there to ruin him. If we want to dig really deep, we can argue that she is implying that not a single person in the Heart Kingdom is Arcane Stage, which was already hinted at. But wait, there's more. The main cast is currently in the Heart Kingdom, so not only can we look forward to some Vanica action, but Asta and the others will be getting screen time to show off their training as well. Moving on to the second panel, we have Vanica addressing Lolopechica in a familiar tone. We can guess that they have likely fought before, and her question about their health implies that she may have been the one to damage Gaja, and possibly Lolopechica, though if I'm recalling correctly, that was Magicula. Lastly, within the third panel, we have the reveal of Vanica's subordinates. The question of who she is talking to is answered. By comparison, we can barely understand what Dante is trying to say, while Vanica is coherent, but that's just the small stuff by comparison to what I'm really bothered by. My biggest problem with this chapter lies in the events that transpired regarding the Golden Dawn. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not of the mind that Black Clover needs to be dark and gritty or else it's bad. No, that's stupid. My issue is with how quickly the Golden Dawn squad was revived. The previous chapter was vivid and gruesome, and Tabata should have let that feeling of danger sit. If I had my way, I would have had Dante's monologue at the beginning of the chapter, with the revival of the Golden Dawn at the end. That way, as you go through the chapter, the thread of what occurred lingers as the villains discuss their next targets, and just as things are getting desperate, we come to find that the Golden Dawn managed to survive, with the chapter ending off with Yuno's resolution to get stronger. Lastly, I just really wasn't a fan of how they were brought back. It leaves such a questionable impact. William is gone, but he was able to heal everybody? Okay, well, maybe he set it up before, but why is it going off so convenient? If we imply that there was some kind of magic set in place to heal Golden Dawn members if the HQ is attacked, why did it wait? An explanation could be that it is set to work if Yuno's heart stops, or maybe if he just falls unconscious. However, that is recklessly specific. If he doesn't die or fall unconscious, then the dead people just stay dead. I would rather that Ralph or Mimosa or one of the other captains have been the reason for the healing, rather than unconscious and kidnapped William. I just feel that there wasn't enough visual indication, whether that be through foreshadowing or just few panels that highlighted that this was done to make it not feel like it came out of nowhere. I'm also sad that the happier and more tolerable members died instead of the annoying elitists, but in hindsight, it makes the deaths more impactful, because they were likable as opposed to us saying, oh no, who died? Wait, it's just Sandler? Whew, no, it's okay, that guy was a creep, we don't need to avenge him. However, jokes aside, his inferiority complex is likely to bud into a fantastic plot thread this arc, since he was not only saved again, but his captain was also taken as a result. But that's all for this video. To those of you that stuck around until the end, thank you very much for putting up with my griping. Differing opinions aside, I'm still very much hyped to see what's to come next chapter. But until next time, Sil.